Reality. This is Sneha, and I am also a happiness and well being coach. And off late I've started training again because I was not well in between. I thought, why not share some important information with you as well, which I feel is important. I wanted to start this series called The Vibe Chat, where I discuss all things that matter to you and me, all things that I and you vibe with. And this was like the perfect opportunity. Now, this morning, I thought I'm going to record a topic for you, okay, which I recently took for one of my classes. But then things change, things don't remain the same. I had body aches, I was not feeling too well, and then by 3 p.m. after lunch, I went to bed. And as I was scrolling through my phone, I just went into deep sleep. I didn't even know how and when. When I woke up, it was around 6:30. It was so dark outside, and I was feeling so like sick and so low. And I had two choices, okay. I could either go back to bed, wrap myself up nicely in the blanket, go to sleep, and wake up late in the night thinking I have nothing to do, because after a good sleep, it's very tough to fall asleep, deep sleep. Very, sorry, what am I saying? It gets very tough to go back to bed again, basically. And the other choice was just wake up somehow, and it wasn't too late in the night in any case, and I wanted to just, step out. But let me tell you, my friends, it wasn't easy for me to wake up this evening. I am a well-being and happiness coach, but sometimes we too go through our highs and lows, and today was one such day. It was so tough for me to wake up. Then what happened? My husband called and I said, Avi, I want to go out at least for chat or something, because I'm just getting too bugged. And he was on his way back when he called me. He said, okay, when I come, be ready, we'll go. Now, I got ready. I didn't really change into very fancy clothes, but I just wore my regular home wear and I stepped out. Now, the moment I stepped outside that door, that itself made me feel really good, because there are lush green trees outside, right outside my balcony, like the hallway where we walk out to get to the main road. And the wind that was just blowing on my face, and I felt so nice at that moment itself, and I was like, wow, great decision. We started walking down to the chart place, and all that hustle bustle, it was so lively and so bright, and so many people catching for chai or charts and chatting, and it was very very good, to just step out. Then what happened? We decided to have our masala puri, which was super duper tasty. In fact, I'd like to tell you, if you're in Bangalore and if you go to SLV, do try their masala puri. It's amazing. So both me and Avi enjoyed the dish together, and then I stepped into a printing shop where my mom and dad's anniversary is coming up. I had to get something printed, got it printed. Again, there were some good conversations with the people in there, and I've been going to that shop quite regularly, so I know them well. So yeah, I got a chance to see them as well. So all this hone ke baad, I reached back home and I felt so good. I was so grateful that I got out of my comfort zone, and if I had not got out of it, I would not feel this great. And then I decided that, okay, it doesn't matter if it is any part in the night where I'm not getting sleep. I was like, I can still have a conversation with you. And right now it is around 12 a.m. It's okay. Like, usually the mindset is such that it has to be bright outside and I need to really dress up well for the podcast. But I mean, what matters is the conversation that you and I are having. So today's conversation is going to be, the vibe is going to be about getting out of our comfort zone, my dear friends. This topic is so important because just in another few days, we will be stepping into 2025. And I have realized for myself and a lot of my participants that working on this aspect of our lives where we get a chance to get out of our comfort zone, let's discuss about this. It got me thinking that stepping out of your comfort zone can be very rewarding, and I wanted to share those benefits with you. And I have seen it in my own life. Every time I've taken a chance, every time I've stepped out of my comfort zone. So the first experience I'd like to talk about is my husband itself. I was single until I was 32 years old, and everybody around me was getting married, my friends, my relatives, and I was happy for them, but there was something missing. I felt really sad that मेरी शादी कब होगी, सबकी शादियां हो रही है. And it's not that I never wanted to get married. I have always envisioned myself in a very romantic relationship because that's how my parents have been for so many years. So, I wanted a life partner, I wanted a companion. So, I realized that, now manifestation is a topic, law of attraction is a topic that I came across back in 2006 when my dad was not well. He introduced me to it, and it has been magical ever since then. But there have been times when I have not felt that connected to manifestation because I realized I wasn't on that path of right energy, because you cannot want to manifest something and then take actions that are totally opposite. You need to take aligned actions, right? And that, my dear friends, is getting out of your comfort zone. So I was telling you about my husband. So then what happened was I was, I made sure that I wouldn't lock myself up in the room. I wouldn't be in places where there is no social life. I would make sure that I attended all kinds of events, everything, though I was just not up for it because I would think, my sister who I love so much also has moved to Canada. I have no company, but somehow I made sure I did. In fact, the day I met my husband for the first time, I did not want to meet him because again, it wasn't a good day. I was not feeling like stepping out of my home. But then I decided to make that decision, and thank God for that because that is when I met my darling husband. I'd like to give you another example. So I got my certifications done. I was working in media sales. Before that, I was in the human resource development in the media. Something that I'm super passionate about is people development. Every time someone says that, Sneha, what you spoke really inspired me to take this particular action, that gave me so much happiness. So I decided that, okay, I'm moving into full-time people development, and I got my certifications done. Now I spent so much money, so much time on all of that, but somewhere none of that gave me that validation that yes, I can go ahead and start coaching people, because somewhere inside me I had fear. I was afraid of being judged. I felt nervous, and I gave it the name of, I'm feeling anxious, I'm not ready for it, and things like that. But it was just that I wasn't stepping out of my comfort zone. And the day I made that decision to step out of my comfort zone, again, it was such a rewarding experience because conducting workshops for a bunch of people who come back to you with amazing experiences in their life and tell you and share with you that this was possible because of the conversation we had the other day, because I could attended your workshop. I tell you, it is such a great feeling. So I wouldn't feel this way, I wouldn't feel this gift if I had not stepped out of my comfort zone. So these were some examples I really wanted to share with you. And I'm telling you, my dear friends, the day you decide to step out of your comfort zone, somehow the universe gets really happy to see your bravery, your commitment, your willingness, and then it becomes one with you to ensure whatever you want in life happens. And often when I'm going out, everybody's in so much of a hurry, there's so much going on at the back of their mind. But what I'm seeing is people are actually doing so because they are stepping out of their comfort zone. So many times we may not feel like going to work, but there are people who can't just say that today I'm not feeling like it, so I won't. Like, to give you an example, doctors, if there is an important surgery to perform, he's not going to back off saying that today I'm not in that mood or in that feeling. Or let's say there's a pilot who has to fly the plane, and just before takeoff he gives into his moods and feelings and says, I'm going to take a sick hour off and things like that. What happens? The flight delays, everybody in the flight is in trouble. So What I'm saying is that is the kind of commitment that one should have, which is not easy, but constantly trying to get out of it is amazing. You have no idea, that miracles lie out there in that space where you're willing to step out of what looks familiar in your life. So, why don't you answer this question for yourself? What if I don't shy away from taking that risk and I embrace this discomfort? It's not comfortable, right, to do things that are not familiar. But what if you take that step? If you're watching this, it is for a reason, because probably your timing is aligned in such a way that you were to listen to this today. And my timing is aligned in such a way that I really wanted to share this with you, and even thoda sa if I can inspire you to ensure you're able to achieve things that you think are impossible, but they're really not. They're such trivial matters that we give so much thought to. I mean, just take a chance. I'd like to end my very first uh, video episode on the Vibe Chat with me, Sneha, by telling you, go ahead, take that risk, and you will be surprised to see how the universe is responding to you with so much magic and miracles. Lots of love, and I'll be back with another topic that matters to you and to me, and a topic that we will vibe with. Bye bye.